It's so beautiful.
We wanted to build this home in 12 months and we only have 1 month left. So welcome to month 10. Today we have 7 things that we're gonna show you, 7. And this is 2 weeks into month 10. And by the end of this month, I think we're gonna have even more things. So luckily I have a guest host because look, it's been that long that I have a beard. This is what I do over the holidays. This is between Christmas, New Year's. I haven't been filming that many videos. And so I'm like, let's just grow this out and see how weird I look. This is how weird I look. And I'm gonna shave it before CES next week. So we have our guest host here. Leslie is gonna help us today and walk through because I love in the comments when you guys are like, yes, more Leslie, she's back. So we're gonna let her talk.
You guys are so nice in the comments. Thanks for being so great.
Let's start on the outside of the home and then we're gonna go into the inside of the home and show you all of the updates, which there are a lot. It is beautiful. I mean, we are hoping to build this house in 12 months, so 1 year. This is month 10. We have 2 months left after that. We're probably going to hit it. I think we're gonna hit the 1 year. And if not, we're gonna be very close to it. So, update number 1.
First off, let's start on the exterior of the home. We have pavers that have gone in. They look so good. We chose the darkest color we could do and it was perfect.
You saw in our last month's video that we picked out the pavers, and if you watched our HVAC video where we put that inside of the garage, you can see some of the paver process. It was really, really cool to watch it. Like, these guys come in and they just put all the sand down and they have this big old thing that like smashes down the sand, and then they come in and just go bloop, 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 and put all the pavers out just like that. It sounds just like that. And then they put all of this sand on top of it and then they like brush it and then they use the machine again. They're like running all along it. It is actually really fun to watch and it's a really cool process, but we still have some more pavers to go. Like over here, I don't know why, but we haven't finished. It is looking beautiful. It's one of the first times that I've seen this when it's all glass. So it's glass over there, that's not part of the door. This is the door and then this is also glass. I don't know why we have this right here on the stucco. Yes, this is a front door. But we shouldn't really have a doorbell right here because our front of our house is not gonna be right here where people just walk up to say, hey, are you guys home? It's gonna be outside with the gate. But maybe it does make sense to have it there, maybe have a camera there, something that still films people when they come into the courtyard once they do make it in here. I'm not sure, but oh well, we got a doorbell there. Okay, back to the pavers. And I really like the way that this comes across. We'll have a gate coming right here somewhere that blocks this off and a wall so you don't see everything. But this is like the little walkway, the little path that everybody will take to get to our home before they get to the gate and they don't even know that the beautiful courtyard is there. And then the driveway, like the pavers are in so well that we already have people driving on them and we already had somebody deliver the tile the other day. They delivered the tile in a truck and they took the sharpest angle ever to get back there and there's big old tire marks all over. So I was not happy with the tile delivery guys for doing that. Well, we've had pavers for a grand total of 5 days. We already had somebody back their trailer up on it and make them with big old tire marks. Sad. Day 1, before I could even show you guys what the pavers look like, giant tire marks. I don't know if we can get them off. I mean, to be fair, driveways are meant to be driven on, but most people when they do construction, they put blocking cones out in front of their driveway so that you can keep it beautiful until the day that you move in so it feels like a new home. I mean, you see the entire driveway, the pavers are all here, and then it also goes along the side of the house, and also in the backyard for the patio, we have pavers back there. Looks beautiful. So that is update number 1. Let's go to number 2. It is called Longboard, and it is this soffit area. So it's the area underneath here. We could have just gone with stucco, but instead it looks like it's nice wood that goes across there. Does that not look like wood? It looks like real wood. But in fact, it is not wood. It is some sort of aluminum type material. Oh, here's one right here. This is the material for it. It's this metal, but on the other side, it looks like wood. The nice thing about this is that if you had wood that you put up there, it would be extra heavy and you would have to take it, you'd have to fortify it and do a little bit of engineering to keep that wood up there that's really, really heavy. This is light, it's durable, it's metal, so it'll last a long time, but it's also very easy to put up. So right there you can see where we have it, and then right next to it, you can see where we don't have it. It's going to look really pretty when this all comes together, especially once we have a tree right there going up. It's just another element that just looks amazing. We were about 6 boards short. So this is an opening right here that's been here for about a week and we need to order them. You can only order them in kind of a big box that comes with a lot of them. So I Unfortunately, we have to buy an entire box just to use a few slats. Our guys are trying to figure out if there's another house somewhere that is putting in a similar thing and we can make a little bit of deal just to buy a few slats so that we can put it in there, and then we will be done with the patio area. Actually, what's this? We got piles of it. Maybe we have plenty. Well, shouldn't this work?
Well, maybe it needs to be in the back though. That does look like it should be plenty. I don't love that it's sitting out here.
That's a lot. Even in here in the backyard, we are doing the soffit with the longboard on the top also. Look at that. It's gonna look amazing.
I didn't think that we were doing it up here because we were gonna save some costs. We were gonna do stucco. And then we came and I was like, whoa, this is done. That's amazing, but not planned. That's gonna cost more. But we did actually kind of plan for it, but it looks better.
Originally, we planned to do this here. And then at some point, Leslie said, I don't wanna do it because it'll save like $5,000. Was it 5,000? I think 5,000 just for this area right here with installation and buying the material and everything. And so I thought we had nixed it, and I'm so glad that we made a mistake and we didn't communicate it all the way through, because stucco just wouldn't look as good right here. This is our living room right inside of here. It's locked, so I can't get in. And we're going to look out and see this space every day.
It's so much better with it. Like now that it's done, I'm like, yes, we needed to do it. It creates some warmth and it just makes it look way more interesting than just having plain stucco. So
I love these pavers down out here too. Like the paver mix with the soffit up there. Gonna be real nice. All right, that is update number 2. Thing number 3 that we're doing with the house.
Thing number 3 is everywhere where you see this wood that's exposed, we're going to put metal, black matte metal, which is super common in our neighborhood. It makes it look, you know, a little bit modern. And then the materials between the stucco, the stone, the soffit material we just showed you, all of them together make it really interesting. And so we even have a little bit that's going to be coming underneath here that you'll see that's kind of juxtaposed with the soffit material over there. I think it's going to look amazing. And we also have a matching fireplace that's going to be matte black as well in the backyard.
I like it. All the metal work, the black metal on there. It's very interesting because we could do just one giant piece, but sometimes those look a little wavy. We drove around the neighborhood and looked at everybody's options. And what we determined was these smaller pieces don't look, I mean, you can see the lines in them, but it looks more purposeful versus just like something's been there for a year, but it looks like it's been there for 10 years. So I'm really happy with this, and I can't wait to see it against the stucco, just like Leslie said. I'd say we are 4% done right now with the metal that goes around it. It's basically just a few spots underneath. And so hopefully those guys will come back and finish that up in month 10. We could have the entire exterior done maybe by the end of month 10. Let's go on to the 4th thing. Thing number 4 has been a little bit of drama. I mean, not really, but you remember at the very, very beginning of our home that we turned in all of our colors. It was month 1 and we're like, bam, we have stucco color, we have metal for the top, we have the rock picked out, all that stuff. Well, it turns out, I guess that stucco that we turned in, maybe it wasn't the final thing that Leslie and Susan were thinking for the home. And so it was kind of like a placeholder to get the home started. Well, this is what we decided to go with, but the HOA, they've been really nice and helpful throughout this whole process, but the stucco has been a sticky issue where they really want to make sure that the stucco that you pick out is something that they approve and that fits in. So then what we ended up doing is we went and found a house that the developer of this neighborhood, who's built the most homes of anybody in here, his dad started this community, he is building a house with this color on it right now. This is the house. This is the one, not the stone. I don't love the stone on it, but that color of the stucco is the one where I'm like, that's good enough. Let's do that. And so I went by and I go, that one looks fine. Leslie came by, she's like, that looks fine. So we got that color, we painted it on the house, we gave them this, which you can see the sample matches what's on the house, but they're saying this is too bright, it's not the right one. So that one, this is our sample thing that they wanted to see, and it got the big X, the rejection. Absolutely not. I don't know, we're gonna run another color by them and see if they'll approve it. Hopefully we'll get the stucco figured out and we can get it on our house because it'll look really good once it's there. Thing number 5 update for month 10 involves lasers. That's right, we have lasers in our house. These are not permanent, but look at this. Cabinets are getting installed. Here's a piece right here. I think that just goes over in the corner, kind of. These are custom cabinets. These aren't ones that you just buy from a factory that kind of fit your house and you just make it work. We designed every little part of this and every design. It took a lot of meetings that Leslie had that I did not have any of them.
And I think it's gonna be beautiful. And we chose a similar color that we did last time because it worked perfectly. I didn't want a white kitchen. but I didn't want a colorful kitchen, so it's an off-white. It's 50% agreeable gray, because a lot of people ask the question, and I think it works great.
Very agreeable with that gray color you chose.
Yes.
This piece that we just put right there, they put it down and they had the laser in order to make sure that it's level. And then they took what looks like a pencil and made a mark all along this. He's gonna take this tool right here and grind down this wood because we know that line is level. Then he puts it in and then it's level because the floor is not perfect, but they can do the best they can in their shop and then they come here and have to do this. So this is gonna be really loud and really dirty. We're gonna let the experts from Encore get to work. Professional.
That's flush now and this is tight, so that's what we fixed.
Okay, so now that's tight and this is flush. Thank you to our friendly lasers. The kitchen is going to look beautiful. That was one of the signature things with our last house that I absolutely loved, with the cabinets, the 50% agreeable gray. We went with a company in town called Encore, and they do a really good job at building the cabinets specific to what Leslie wanted and Susan wanted. I like these little panels right here, the different panels that show this. This is where our, I guess, very ginormous fridge is going. That's a pretty big opening. But, surprise, surprise, we'll show you later, a little sneak peek. We're gonna put some little mini fridges right here for drinks to pull out. So big fridge, little fridges. I love that. Cabinets, we don't have the hardware on, so there's no like little knobs. They're not perfectly gapped and spaced right now. This is just them getting everything up, the first steps of it. We go into the pantry, my first time. Looking good. We're gonna have a sink right there. We've got all of this. It looks so good. Okay, yeah, this is the pantry. Don't have the countertops on here yet. Are we gonna put some stuff up here too?
There's gonna be floating shelves.
Floating, like Harry Potter. Is that just like floating in the middle like Harry Potter?
Not in the middle. It'll be on the side. 3 of them with really pretty gold hardware that like makes them look really fancy and pretty. And then I'll put all my glass holders with all the treats in it.
So open shelves here.
3 and 3.
Open.
Yep,
too?
all the way up to
the
top.
Both sides. Okay.
Yeah. It'll look like just a special little candy shop, but not too much candy. More healthy snacks.
Why not too much candy?
Because we are going to be healthy in 2025. That's the goal.
Really? I thought the goal is to finish our house and make it beautiful and eat lots of candy.
No, not lots of candy.
We are putting cabinets in right here in the living room. We'll have some more stuff that goes up there at some point, and we've got some right here. Markham Laundry. There it is, right there from the back side. And then I don't know what this one is. Ooh, there it is. Master Bath Markham, right there. They're just right here in the living room, getting ready for us to finish the tile. Thing number 6 inside of the home is where all this paper is. We did wood floor, and surprise, surprise, we did the same floor that we did in our last house. The exact same. So you can see it here, it's like the crisscross French style, which is called
Herringbone.
That's what it's called. You can see the little zigzags in here from the herringbone, I'm told is the name of it. But they take these little pieces of wood, put a little bit of glue on there, and then stick it down there, and then bang it with this little tool after they've totally grinded down and cleaned the floor and exposed the cracks, but it should be super smooth and great. This guy's been working hard for like 2 weeks straight. Almost every day he is here just pounding on these herringbone wood floor, putting it in. And I will say, it is more expensive to do the herringbone and to do what we have here, but it was one of those things in our last house that we absolutely loved, that we knew we don't have to fix everything that we did in our last house. We need to bring some of the things over that we loved from the last house, and definitely the herringbone floor, the specific wood, was one of those things that it's like, yes, we loved it, we want it in this house, even though there's some lower cost options. This is the one that we want because it just brings happiness to us. Is that right?
It's so beautiful. Like you can't even understand. You can't even see how beautiful it is compared to just normal laid straight, kind of boring. This makes me happy.
I'm really grateful we were able to do this. It's gonna look pretty. And we are only doing wood floor inside of this room, the primary room. The other bedrooms are all going to be carpet at some point. Number 7, Leslie.
Look how pretty. This is the tile that will be in the powder bath, and I just love it. And
it is pretty. It's gonna go right there. This is where we put all of our powder.
No powder. It's
What?
just the powder bath.
There's no bath.
You're supposed
Is there a
to
bath
powder
in
yourself.
it?
Just,
It's a bath
there's
full
no
of powder.
bath.
There's no. This is a ripoff. More tile that is getting done.
This is Claire's bedroom and her bathroom, and this is completely done. It has little bits of gray marble diamond in the center with white marble around it, and I think it's just gonna be beautiful. This is the one that she wanted it to be a little bit light blue, so this is my kind of light blue. Grayish light blue. And then we have Lincoln's room that's just been done, and he has a really nice darker gray marble as well. And then in the shower, it's gonna be a different pattern, but all of it will be gray. He wanted something neutral, but also a little bit masculine.
And when it comes to tile, we have one more room that is partially done. By partially, I mean just a tiny, tiny bit more. This is not bubble wrap on the floor. This is very scientific process that I'm gonna have to come follow for the next few days because I wanna see how it works. In the Parade of Homes last year and the year before, we have toured some homes and shown you the videos of them. And one of the things I've noticed is they make you wear your socks when you walk through the house. And every time I go into the bathrooms of some of the homes that I love, the tile is super warm. And I'm like, oh, I love the radiant heating floors in all these homes. So comfortable on my little socks. We wanted to do that, and we're doing that. And this is the first step of the process. We have to get this stuff that looks like bubble wrap. In this video, I'm gonna show you how this process works and how they make this be heated, because I don't even see how you'd make water go through that. I don't understand it yet. But this is the first step. First, we had to put this down. And then, turns out we did not have electrical run to this. You have to have electrical run to the heated floor. So the electricians have been here all day with this and with this right here, and they've been running wire from the breaker over there, that span panel, all the way to here through the tiny crawl space. There's a lot of things, especially with the house this tight, there's not much room in the attic. It's important that you figure everything out beforehand, but always, inevitably, you're going to miss some things. So we had to run some wiring through here in order to get it ready to go, but now that that electrical is going to be done, they can come in over the next couple of days and start showing this process. And I'm gonna try to be up here as much as I can to show the process, because I like engineering, I like knowing how things work, and I wanna see how is this going to be a heated floor. So this is part of the tile update, because once we do this, we'll put tile here, and we should have that by the end of this week, which will be part of this month's video. I mean, for being the first day update of this video for month 10, pretty amazing how much stuff, 7 different things. And I'm gonna stop right here because that's the last of the things for the updates. And also Leslie was walking backwards and she was struggling. She almost hit a truck. She almost fell over. Every time we do this, she wears sandals.
These are really comfortable. They were pretty good. They were pretty good. Sorry. I was shaky on that.
But really, she did amazing.
I'm trying my best.
You did amazing. Goodbye, house. We'll see you in a minute for you guys.
It's looking so good.
The end of month 10. This is the last day of month 10, and I'm telling you, so much stuff has got done on this house. I guess technically we're at the beginning of month 11 now, so if we wanted to finish in 1 year, we only have 1 month left. Will we finish in that much time? We'll let you guess and decide based off of where we're at today. We're gonna go do a final walkthrough right now, show you all the stuff that's been done. Hopefully you noticed one specific thing. As I'm walking, what do you see behind me? Look at the stucco. Do you see it? It is all done. It is all white all around the house. I just paid the final check 20 minutes ago, and I'm happy with the color. We ended up getting it approved based off of that house that I showed you. So it actually was the same color as that house, even though to us it looked different. I guess when we submitted it for approval, they went and looked at the wrong house, and it was just kind of a mess. It was a mess, and it took like way longer than it should have, but I'm happy with the color. So there we go, stucco is done. It's really nice to see the stucco color with the stone. Before we had the little sample right here, but now that it's all everywhere, I think it looks really nice. It's a good companion to that. It wasn't extremely planned out, but that's where we're at. Okay, right now we're in the courtyard.
We have beautiful stone that's going in this back wall right here. They just started it today, and hopefully they'll be done in the next 2 days or so. So this is coming along quite well.
So Leslie, I really like this wall. Leslie, from the beginning, hasn't liked something about it. What is it that you don't like about this wall?
I like to focus on the positive. I will mention it, but I totally do love this. But the only thing I would have done is probably go up at least another foot or so, because once we put our planter box in, it's not as low as this, right? So our planter box is gonna cover this much of the stone. And so, I don't know, I just want a little bit more height. Not all the way to the top, but just a little bit more.
So we did talk to our landscape architect, to Susan, our designer, to Jonathan, our builder. And one thing, it would have been more money to go up higher. At first we were thinking, what if we just did the whole wall? They just said that it looks really nice, adds some depth and dimension to this, but I see what Leslie's talking about. Like if we would have gone another foot up, then maybe that could have been doable. But I will say I'm happy that we're doing stone here because before we just had stucco. And if it was just stucco, it'd be really boring. So we're happy with the stone.
It's super flat otherwise, and it definitely warms up the space. And once we put pots and everything else out here, it's going to just be a magical place.
The other update is the pavers. Look at that. We are completely done. We just paid the final check yesterday. That's Leslie holding a sprinkler.
I'm so excited about this because we didn't plan out our drip lines in our previous planter boxes, and so we planned them here so I never have to water these, and they're gonna stay alive.
Wait for the poop guy to go by. Get out of here, Poop. Why is their company named I Got Poop? I don't love the name. It's very on brand, but whenever I pay my bill for I Got Poop, I don't like it. I don't like typing out igotpoop.com, even though it's incredibly great branding. Overall, I'm really happy with the stucco. I'm really happy with the pavers. The outside of the house is coming along great. Oh, one other thing. Really the only two things that we need to finish out here is we ordered a new box of this longboard stuff, and we're gonna be putting that on there to finish that up. And then tomorrow the guys are coming to start doing the metal work right there. And the metal's gonna go all around the house. I showed you on the other side of the house that we started the metal work, but they wanted to wait until the stucco was completed because the stucco just splatters everywhere and it'd be really hard to clean it off of the metal. So the metal guys have been waiting, but now that it's done, we're ready to rock and roll. I'm excited to see the contrast between the metal and the stucco. I think our finish of our home's gonna look a lot better on the outside. All right, on the inside, the next update is the cabinets. Look at this, right when you walk in, you see them. They're working hard on them. This is what room? Oh, it's so dark in here.
This is the laundry room, and this is the first time that we're seeing it, and I'm loving it. So it's very similar to what we had last time. I love the function. I'm too short.
Oh, don't break it. Don't break our cabinets. They just put it in today.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
The function of this is you dry your clothes on it. I might need to get a bigger chain because I can't reach the top. That's gonna be
And if you're wondering, yes, we're still gonna have a washer and dryer, but it's like hoodies and stuff. Maybe not this one, but there's some of our hoodies that if you wash it, it shrinks, and certain clothes you don't wanna wash, cashmere, certain things that you don't wanna throw in the dryer and shrink. So we throw it on that.
I mean, the majority of our stuff goes on here. So,
Really?
yes.
That's a lot.
You don't like your pants dry.
Really? I didn't know this.
No, they never are dry.
Also, one thing you don't notice, or that you might notice, but we have tape over it. Maybe we showed you earlier in this month, I can't remember.
Yes.
But they've grouted all of the marble in here and it's gonna look really, really good. This is very similar to our last laundry room.
It is very similar, although the lighting's gonna be different and it's matte honed marble instead of the shiny. So it is gonna feel a little bit different. But I love it so much. When you find something you really love, incorporating those elements into it, why not? That's why we built again.
Big update. Wow, my voice cracked. Leslie, kitchen.
More cabinets that came in. We have 2 islands here. So you'll see over here, we do not have a center sink any longer. So we are going to have our sink over here. So you have a bit of a view. And here we'll have our garbage, our microwave island, all right here. This hood just arrived. We actually are going to plaster this. So this is not the color it's going to be. Sink over here, 2 dishwashers, beautiful view. And moving over here, we have our second island. This is going to be something that we haven't had before. It'll be seating on this side or this side.
This was another one of those. It was a big discussion, and I would say if it was all up to her, we would not have a second island in here. But it is something that people are doing. Between this island and then where our couches are going, this room is very, very large. And this is something that people are doing a lot. We're gonna put the dining room table over there, right?
Yes.
It helps this space all come together. So I'm curious to see how much we like it once it's in, because it is kind of a unique thing that we've never done before. Let's go into the primary bedroom. Used to be called master bedroom, but that term is now outlawed apparently. So we're gonna go into the master bedroom and check this one out. We have cabinets everywhere. Look at this. Cabinets in our entire bedroom. Last time we did an update, it was all wood floors in here. So at this point, every single piece of our cabinet is in here. And if you wanna know what the color is, it's right here. Some of you guys asked that. 50% agreeable gray. It's the same color that we did in our last house, right?
Yes, exact same, because once again, if you find something you really love, just go with it. So you'll see elements that are exactly the same from our previous home, and then some other areas that we really wanted to change and elevate.
We've seen the last home, very similar entrance, but instead of having a bathtub right here, we're moving the bathtub over to there. So that part will be different. Other than that, the shower dimensions are very, very similar, but some of the Kohler hardware that we're doing is going to be different. This looks very similar to what we had in the last house.
It's larger though. It definitely is larger. This is our first time seeing it today, and I walked in and I'm so happy. It's gonna be beautiful.
Other than the insulation, this is one of the cooler things inside of the home that I've visually been able to see is the wires going in for the heated floors. See this hole up here in the ceiling? We had to have the electricians come through because we didn't plan for the wire to come to here, but they ran wire down to here and all the way down to this spot right here. There's a little cable, like one cable that comes in. And then once that comes in, it runs and goes crisscross all the way through this entire room, all the way to the bathtub. And it's really fascinating. That wire is going to be an electrical circuit that's tied to a touch screen right here or some sort of thermostat type thing. And that's going to dictate how hot our floors are. And it'll automatically turn on and off. It's going to be a smart thing. Once they had it all run through, they were able to check the electrical connection on the side of the wall and it was good. They had the connection going through. But the problem is, if you ever poke a hole into one part of that wire, like say I come over here on this side of the house, and I drill a hole right here and it happens to puncture that one wire, all of the heating floor for the entire bathroom is broken. You can't just replace that one part and splice it together or do whatever. It is dead. You have to pull up all of the tile, rip up all of the wire, and then redo the floors. So it can be an expensive issue. In my mind, I'm like, man, there needs to be a better way. That seems like really high risk. So before they left that night, they came in and put this quick set stuff all over the wires so that at least it covered it for the next night or two before they could come in and lay all of the tile. Talk about a luxury. To be able to just walk in here with bare feet, middle of the night, you need to go use the bathroom at 2:30 in the morning, and it's nice and warm on the floor. Sometimes I feel like the cold floor, especially in the winter, almost wakes you up more, but instead it's gonna be nice and warm. So I can't wait to experience that. But right now, at least I know that it's there. I've seen them put it in and I've paid for it, so it should work.
Okay, the other thing that we did in the shower, a little bit different, is we included a full bench along here. So we have more room for products, and people love a little area that they can shape their legs. So this will be nice. In the previous one, we had just a really low one, 7 inches or 6 inches or something. So this is much more useful. I think people like this too.
In the closet, we have all of the cabinet faces just hiding out in here, waiting for their moment to shine. We'll get to you guys. We will get to you. Inside of Claire's room, I think we showed you this earlier in the month, but they have now grouted this. The floor looks beautiful, and it goes all the way down through here into her bedroom. She has a nice window right there. And then looks like they're starting to do the work. It's all taped off right now. Do not enter, but they're getting ready to do the showers. She also has a little bench there, a little bit. Did you know that was happening?
I did not, but she has a ton of products. So she not only will have this area right here, but that's a win.
Same thing inside of Lincoln's bedroom in the guest bedroom. Little spot for stuff right there and another shelf.
He doesn't have as many products. He uses 2 products, maybe 3, probably sometimes 1.
They grouted the tile and it looks so good.
It does look good.
We have all the doors that are here. They're in the bedroom, ready to go on, but there's a few things that need to happen with them. We need to get the hinges for this. So we have ordered the hinges. Last time we got Baldwin hinges that we really, really liked. So we're going with a very similar Baldwin hinge on here. So we took off the little cheap ones that they sent with it, but they're going to paint these doors. This is not the final color of the doors. They send them in like this. They paint them in here. What color are we doing the doors?
Dan doesn't know this, but after much discussion, we are going to do them white.
Just white?
Just white. We were gonna do black at first, but after talking with Susan, we decided either the agreeable gray or the white, and we'd like the white more because we don't want to draw lots of attention to these doors, and they're closer together in this home. So really we want to focus on the art. We want to focus on other elements of the home. So having them blend in and have more trim work is where we want to focus.
It's so funny because I know we were talking about, I loved the black doors in our last house. They looked really beautiful, especially with the gold hinges on the side. I thought they looked great. But Leslie made a good point. Come in this room. this is my office room, and I'm excited for the office. We're doing some things in there that I'm not gonna tell you about, but it's gonna be really cool. But if you look out, just coming out of my office, you've got the living room, and then you have the kitchen. This office door is kind of in a prominent spot. There's the TV. This is a place where everybody's gonna come in. The front door right there, that's glass. And so a couple of weeks ago, we were watching a podcast by Alice Lane. She's one of the best designers in the world. She happens to live in Utah. She's an interior designer that makes her own product and also sources a lot of really good product. And it's been one of Leslie's favorite for the longest time. As we were having this discussion, less than 24 hours later, we see a snippet of her podcast from this week. And she talks about black doors, and she says,
my answer is no. We're not painting your interior doors black anymore.
They draw too much attention, and they are something that's kind of on the out now, which is kind of crazy. That's what we had in our last house. We really liked them, but you know how sometimes there's trends that people do for design, and then 10 years down the road, you look at it and you're like, wow, that was that era. Top designers are now saying, that was nice, but let's stop drawing attention to the doors. Did I get that right, Leslie?
You got that exactly right. And the thing is, a white door is never gonna go out of style. It's never gonna be trendy or anything. I still love a black. Like, I think they can be beautiful in the right setting. But I think that for our home, and this home in particular, I think that we need to just stick with the white and really draw attention. We have beautiful hardware coming on these doors, like we did in the past. Brass hardware that's just gorgeous. It's still gonna like stand out and be a showstopper.
So what have we gotten done this month? All of the wood floor is done. Almost all of the tile is done right now. All of the cabinets are inside of the house. Now they still need to be installed, but I would say like they're 40% installed. All of the stucco is done. The stone is so close to being done. The pavers, entirely done this month. All of it in, the guys are gone. That is a big month. But if you're doing the math here, we wanted to build this home in 12 months, and we only have 1 month left. So some of the things that we have to get done over this next month, we need to finish all of this longboard up here. We need to do all of our landscaping. We've basically done none of our landscaping. We had to finish this wall over here. We need to do the metal work that's on the side of the house. And then on the inside, we have to put all of the trim and wrap that around in every single room. And once we've done that, we need to paint the house, like paint it, the whole thing. That's a lot of work. We don't have any lights installed. We don't have our electrical running really yet. How about our faucets? How about our shower? All of the marble, security cameras, our gates, our walls. We want to do some decking, maybe a barbecue grill in the backyard, maybe some other things on the side of the house that we want to do. So basically what I'm saying is we've got a lot of things to be done. Can it be done in 30 days? I'm just gonna preface it right now and tell you, I think the answer is no, and that's okay. Originally, we were supposed to be out of our home at a certain date, and our landlord, we didn't even ask for it, but they said, hey, if you wanna leave on that date, that's fine, but we're gonna give you another month and a half just in case. But after that month and a half, you're out no matter what. So we kind of have until, I would say, the end of March. So I think this is gonna be a 13-month series. That's just my guess right now, but who knows? Maybe we'll get surprised and we'll finish it in the next month. But what a crazy update this month, and next month is going to be beautiful. Some of the most beautiful things we're gonna get done, hopefully, in the next month. So yeah, thanks for watching the home build. It's happening. We're almost 1 year into this, and it's looking incredible. Bloop, 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 bloop.